day 8. I'll be honest, I have no motivation, no energy to make this video right now, but I've got to do it. I was just watching one of Jan's videos and what a guy. So, I've been thinking, man, agency, company, money making wise, and I've thought of a project, like a really big project, and it's an expensive project, but it's a big project that, if marketed correctly, will be as big as Nims Dai's 14 Peaks documentary and project. So that will have its own video, because I need to practice my video editing skills for a cinematic like a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for the word tense building. That's the one I'm looking for. So I need to work on building stories. I need to work on telling stories and actually presenting them in a good matter that people will watch. But this video, you know, I need to work on my offer. Definitely need to work on my offer. I haven't thought it through at all, really. I've got the basis. I want to create adverts that will bring people to the brand and increase their numbers. That's the wide offer. But I need to get behind this laptop and spend a few hours detailing the offer that I want to give to people and to brands, which is exciting. But you know, I was thinking about today. I was at work and I was stressing, bro. So at the end of this month, it's going to be a very big bill month. So I think I'm going to come out with about £12 at the end of it. So I've got £200 to the go to the car, 50 to my mum, 100 to her husband, 80 to the gym, 120 to the gym, and then that leaves me with about a tenner, £10 at the end of the month, which, you know, that'll get me nowhere. I'm literally working hard to get nowhere. So I was speaking to some people in a WhatsApp group, and in the comments, guys were thinking about side hustle. Now, a side hustle's great, but what side hustle? What do I hustle? I mean, car cleaning's great, but I'm not 13 anymore. Is it worth it? Like, I'm thinking all these things. And what could a different side hustle be that doesn't steal all my time? Because I've also just applied for evening jobs. For example, KFC, gas stations for the Americans, petrol stations. For like, after a cafe shift until like 10 p.m, 11 p.m. They're the shifts I've applied for, because then I can do them shifts after college, and I can do them shifts after work, and I can do them shifts on a weekend after college, after work, sorry, as well. So hopefully that can bring me 30 to 50 hours per week more at minimum wage. So double what I'm getting now. Hopefully it's about £1,600 to £2,000 if I get the hours and I get the job. And then that will decline in September when I start going back to college, because I'll have only weekend shifts at the CAF, which there's no point really working if I do get an evening's job at like 40 hours per week, because 40 hours per week, spending the weekend working on the company, working on the offer, working on client acquisition, working on saving for this camera and for these projects. Because I'll be honest, this big project is going to cost in the tens of thousands, and I've given myself around 2.5 years to complete it, because it has a very strict time schedule, because it's a record. The project is to break a record in the alpine industry, in the mountaineering industry. So you'll have to wait for that one, but that's all I'm going to give at the minute. But then I need to build this agency now. I need to start that now. And if I'm working a cafe job on the weekend, I might not have time. Plus college work, because that is a very intensive course, extremely intensive course, the one I'm doing right now. Honestly, I have no time. It is really difficult, but it's worth it because then it gets me a degree in aviation studies, which effectively becoming a pilot is my end goal. So I do want to become an airline pilot, at least by 23, 25 years old, and I'm setting all these goals for myself, which is great, but can I do them? Yeah, I'm going to say I can, because I need to have that mindset. And he's looking after me, and that's all we need. We need Jesus, we need discipline, we need Jesus, we need discipline, and we need a work ethic and something to work on. I was considering hiring a Sony a7 IV or a7 III or a Canon R5 to go up Snowdon so I can start creating, but then I realised the 200 odd pounds that it's going to cost me to hire the camera body and the lens, and a lens could just go towards the fund, and I don't have £200 of 3-day rent anyway. So I've decided not to do that and hold off, but I'm still trying to get a camera as soon as possible through family loans. So hopefully in a few weeks, months, I can get 3,000 for a camera body and for a Sony a7 IV and a 24 to 70. I think I found a deal for a 24 to 70mm f2.8 G Master for 4,000 pounds. So if I can get that, that would be good. I was considering maybe buying a cheaper camera, for example an APS-C, but the issue with that is that I'm spending what, 1,300 on an APS-C, which doesn't have near the great features as an A7, any A7 model or full frame. And the reason I do want the A7 is because it is professional and I can get professional output as soon as I need it. Because if I can get an A7 IV now and start creating with that, and then I can start getting higher clientele without having to grind low ticket with a low ticket camera, I can get an expensive camera and then have that sort of foundation for higher ticket clients, so I don't need to do loads and loads of low ticket deals and low ticket offers to save up for a high ticket, save up for a expensive camera, because then if I that'll take me a very long time to save up with low ticket. Well, not a very long time, but it'll take me, depending on my prices, it'll take me a few months, maybe even a year to save up with the revenue. I don't think a year, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I think with the foundation I can get higher medium to high ticket clients with Sony a7 IV for sure. Maybe medium to high, definitely, with the right process, the right pre-production, and the right using it correctly, not just you getting all the gear with no idea how to use it. I'm going to use that phrase. But yeah, I'm going to stop yapping and try and get some more work done. Not sure what I'm going to work on. That's the issue without being able to build the portfolio yet. I think the website is so boring, but it needs to be done. You know, I need to work on the offer, also boring, but it needs to be done. So yeah, I need to get this done. So that's what I'm probably going to do now. So I'm going to open my laptop and realise that it's 9 o'clock. So yeah, I will see you soon, and I will get some work done and probably be done with this in like 3 hours. GG's guys, I'll see you soon. GG, what am I on about? I'll see you soon. God's watching, bye bye.